Hello? 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 Mm-hmm. Hello? Vijayendra Babu, sir? Okay, Vijayendra Babu is there?
Sir, good evening, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening. Welcome.
I think Syed sir will be joining shortly. I think sir, Rajshekar sir and Sangeeta madam. And Gus is on the way, sir.
Okay. It is already 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, FHS program was just over. So we, after they closed, we got this ID to use it.
What program, sir?
FHS, sir. FHS.
Arts College program, huh?
Hi, good evening. This is Syed. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, sir.
Syed.
Can you? Good evening. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. Your voice is audible.
Thank you.
5 மணிக்குமா? ம். ம். நான் அனுப்புறேன். நீங்க உள்ள போயிருங்க. நான் அனுப்பி விட்டுறேன் உங்களுக்கு. நீங்க உள்ள போயிருங்க. அந்த feedback தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. நீங்க தானே பண்ணீங்க? ம். ஆமா ஆமா. உங்களை
Somebody has to be.
உங்களுக்கு அனுப்புறேன். போயிருங்க. போயிருங்க போயிருங்க போயிருங்க. சரி சரி. ஆமா இல்ல பாத்துக்கீங்க.
There's a name by Vaishnav Devi, I think.
ஆமா ஆமா. போங்க. அதான் யோசிச்சேன் எங்கேன்னு பாத்துருந்தேன். சரி அதான் உங்களுக்கு அனுப்பிட்டு தான் பாத்துட்டு இருந்தேன். சரி வரலன்னா என்னன்னு கேட்டுட்டு எப்படி இருக்கான்? அப்படி இருக்காங்க. பாக்கெட்ல உள்ள போட்டிருந்தான் கேப்ஸ்ல இருக்கும்.
Sayed sir, good evening.
Very good evening, sir.
பாஸ்போர்ட் எல்லாம் இருக்கு பிரச்சனை.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
நோட் பண்ணி வைக்கல போல நீங்க உள்ள போனதுக்கு டைப்பாங்க. உள்ள போச்சா நானே என்ன மீட் பண்ணிட்டேன். மனுஷன் பாவம் எனக்கு வெறுப்பு. நம்ம பாஸ் பண்ணி தானே வரோம். வீடியோ வராது.
If there's an attendee by name Vaishnav Devi, can you please mute yourself? Your voice is very clearly audible. Thank you.
Sam Lakshmi Mohan sir, Kasim sir, I think Rajesh Shagar sir will be joining now. Sangeeta madam.
Is Mr. Kasim in?
Yes sir, he is in sir, he is in.
I think then we
Mohammed.
can start.
Yes sir, actually he is not in the panel list, actually he is an attendee. He should be
Okay.
enabled now.
Yeah, please.
And Lakshmi Mohan sir should also be joining now. Also now it is in live in YouTube also, the telecast.
Lovely. I think Lakshmi Mohan has joined.
Yes, joined, he is joined.
You have to get Mr. Kasim.
Sir. Thank you, Sayed sir. Thank you, Principal sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good evening,
Lakshmi sir, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Kasim sir. Sam Kasim sir called me now.
He's an attendee, sir. His name is wait. Sir Mohammad Kasim, Sam. He is named on Mohammad Kasim. Okay. டிவியில் போயிட்டு யூடியூப் போயிட்டு சேனல் தம்பி ஃபோன் லிங்க் பண்ணி சொல்றாரு யூடியூப் எப்படி
Mohammed Kasim name na connected. Please check. Sam?
நேம்ல இல்ல சார் சர்ச் பண்ணா.
Yes, sir. Sir, நீங்க வாட்ஸ்அப் கால்ல வராரு சார். இதான் பேசுனேன்.
ஓகே சார். ஓகே.
Just now he spoke, sir.
ஓகே.
Connected. It's not connected, sir. பாருங்க. Just to check it, Kasim, sir. Sam?
காசிம் சார் இருக்காரு சார். முகமது காசிம் MOHA சாம் இருக்காரு சார். மோகன பிரியா மேடத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஆக்சுவலா இட் இஸ் லிஸ்டட் மோகன பிரியா மேடம். யூ கேன் ஈஸி. Why?
Mr.M.Mohamed sir. Vijayendra Babu sir. Sir, able to connect?
Hey, to all participants, this is Syed. Yeah, I'm. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
To all participants, there is a small hitch. We're just trying to make the speaker as a panelist and having some technical issues. Really appreciate your patience, and hopefully we should get this sorted out in a minute. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, sir.
Sam sir has joined. Sam Kasim sir has joined.
Okay, he's joined as a participant.
As a participant, once again he has joined now. Sam, try
Yeah,
to put
so-
the panelist.
Has it come? Mute ஆயிருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த mic கொஞ்சம் எனக்கு smash பண்ணுங்க. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm really sorry for this technical difficulty because I'm using WebEx on a different browser for the first time. Yeah. So, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, it's audible, sir. Principal sir, Syed sir, shall we start with sir?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening to one and all present here for this inaugural sessions of Global Higher Education Summit 2020, which is planned from 18th May 2020 to 23rd May 2020. On behalf of our management, Chancellor, board members, Vice Chancellor, registrars, directors, rectors, official members, principals, vice principals, students and faculty members, I welcome you all for this 6 days Global Higher Education Summit 2020 on behalf of Center for Industry Relations in association with Industry Academy as well. Today's day session is going to be handled by Mr.M.Mohamed Kasim Khan, Project Manager, National Mission on Education through ICT, MHRD Government of India, and the Low Cost Devices Project, IIT Bombay. He is going to deliver the talk on free Libre open source software in education. IIT Bombay spoken tutorial shows the way. I am proud, and we have the eminent panel members, our Director, International Relationship, Mr. Syed sir, welcome sir. Our lovable principal, Dr. K.L. Shanmuganathan, welcome sir. And our head Center for Industrial Relationship and head placement cell, Professor Lakshmi Mohan sir. I request Syed Mohamed sir for his introduction remark. Welcome sir. Good evening to all.
Thank you, Dr. Vijendra Babu. And once again, apologies for this late start. I think the whole world seems to be either using Cisco or WebEx, and it seems to be creating problems everywhere. Anyway, jokes apart, my name is Syed. I am working as a director for international relations in Vinayaka Missions Research University. I have a background of about 36 years in IT, and it gives me immense pleasure, and I'm very proud today to introduce to you Mr. Mohamed Kasim, who's working in IIT Mumbai. In his tenure there, he has worked on some very key initiatives that fits in well in today's scenario, where due to the COVID, which I think the last a century has not seen. We are into a situation where we are completely confined. A few of the programs that he has worked are free Libre open source software for education. I think most of us here are aware of this and how the complete education has transformed into an online digital space. He has also worked on low-cost devices project, making it affordable to the students, and has also played a major role in public relations. He has done a doctorate in technology alternatives for rural area and has a few IPs to his credit. His emphasis is always on empowerment of student teachers in synchronous and asynchronous instruction platform, the way where we are moving towards. I think that is very essential given the digital learning time that we are in thanks to COVID-19 lockdown. Today is going to address us on free Libre open source software for education. And again, apologizing for the delay, and hope you guys stay till the last and get some very good insights into what he's going to deliver. And without going any further, would like to invite Mr. Mohamed Kasim for a session. And before that, a brief prelude from Principal, and then it'll be over to Mohamed Kasim. Principal, sir, all to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Syed sir. Good evening, one and all. My beloved Vice Principal Admin Rajesh Shekhar and Vice Principal Part-Time Courses Dr. Vijayendra Babu is making the things happening here. And Mr. Lakshmi Mohan, Center for Industry Relations. Good evening, one and all. And as Syed quoted out, sorry for the delay. And we have now some 400 plus participants. Good evening to one and all. On behalf of management and faculty of AVIT, I welcome you all for this Global Higher Education Summit 2020. Especially, I welcome our resource person, Professor K. Muhammad Kasim from IIT Bombay. Welcome you, sir, on behalf of AVIT. So, Aarupadai Veedu Institute of Technology under Vinayaka Mission Research Foundation, we are offering BE as well as ME courses in Chennai. This year, we are into artificial intelligence and data science in BE as well as ME, and also we have BE cyber security. This is just a thing our AICT chairman quoted out. 30% of the curriculum will be through virtual only. Even virtual labs, the AICT is planning of. So this type of forum that will address the needs of the educational society. So through our industry academia cell, Mr. Lakshmi Mohan and Dr. Vijayendra Babu, they have conducted various FTPs for the educational society. We have conducted.
I think his audio is gone.
Principal, sir, your audio is muted, sir. Sorry for interruption, sir. Principal, sir, your audio is muted, sir.
Sir, I think he's got disconnected. Maybe we principal is back. I think he's still disconnected. Sir, I think Vijayendra Babu, sir, I think his audio is disconnected. Maybe we can start off with.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Yeah, sir.
Can you
I think,
Yeah. I thank Industry Academia Cell, Dr. Vijayendra Babu, Mr. Lakshmi Mohan for their valuable efforts. Enjoy for all the 6 days. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for the blessings and words, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the blessings. Lakshmi Mohan, sir, with your words, we can hand over to Kasim, sir.
Yeah, I don't want to take much time, sir. Dear Kasim, we have conducted spoken tutorial courses in our campus. I think more than 1,500 students have written the exam, sir. This is a great opportunity. NPTEL and spoken tutorial are playing major role in conducting the courses. This is a great opportunity to all our India students community. Welcome, Kasim. Great pleasure to welcome you. Thank you.
So I request Kasim sir to take over the platform. Welcome, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay, great. Thanks. So maybe some reason or the other, I'm not able to share my video as well as my presentation. I have requested the technical person, Mr. Sam, to connect the slides for me. Okay. Okay. I guess that is live. I'm sorry. I would request the participants to just adjust with this presentation for time being. So possibly soon after this thing, I will share the overall updated PPT with video links and so on. Okay, so I would like to thank the management of AVIT, Vinayaka Mission Research Foundation, Honorable Chairman, the board members, the principal, the vice principal, who have been kind enough to get me on board for this event. My special thanks to Mr. Syed, Mr. Lakshmi Mohan, and everyone who was instrumental behind conducting this event. So without taking much of your time, I would like to share a few important things that we do at IIT Bombay. Like as I have been introduced, my name is Mohammed Kasim. I'm a project manager at IIT Bombay, basically looking after the National Mission on Education through ICT, MHRD Government of India's program. There are two projects that I focus on. One is Spoken Tutorials, which is a IT literacy based program. Second one is FOSSEE. FOSSEE is nothing but free and open source software for education. It is a project funded by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, which focuses on development of open source software, spreading awareness about it, and so on. And I also manage the low-cost devices project. All these projects are headed by Professor Kannan Mangalia. He is the Iraq and Mehru Mehta Advanced Education Technology Chair Professor at IIT Bombay. So yeah, so it is our fortune to share all the details of our past experience with good participants. So as the topic says, today I'll be sharing a few words about the free and Libre open source software. In short, we call it as FOSS before a year or so, and now we call it as FLOSS with the addition of L, and how exactly it is impacting education sector, and the way in which the Spoken Tutorial project of IIT Bombay is helping the masses to adopt open source in terms of education, to train the students, and also to make them secure. And there is also a question of whether students get good jobs or placement. So we have an answer for that as well. So that is in the last but one slide. I'll just put the topics in most of the slides, but I'll be able to give proper justification through my audio input. Can I have the next slide, please? Okay, so because time shortage is there, I'll just run you through quickly. If anyone says FOSS, FOSS, or FLOSS, FLOSS, or free software, more or less it means the same except for few or lighter modifications. Okay. FOSS stands for free and open source software, the software which is readily available free of cost without us needing to pay. The code is open. FLOSS, the term L has been introduced in between FOSS because we also want to portray a message or convey a message to the world, like it is freedom in terms of using the software. Anyone can download the software for free, anyone can run the program for the convenience. If anyone wants to study, they can also do the computing by even accessing the source code. It also provides liberties for anyone to redistribute the copies of it, and even if someone is getting the redistributed copy, they also have the rights to modify. So unlike any proprietary software, the topic that we are discussing today, the free software, is something which is completely available free of cost. We can access the source code, that is, we can understand the intricacies of or the architecture of the tool and so on. And Richard Stallman had given this definition of open source. You can go through the slide. Can we go to the next one, please? Next slide. Okay. In terms of the Indian context, because most of us are faculty and members of the people from the Board of Management, and everyone is present, I believe. So in terms of Indian context, we need to understand the level of money that we are spending, the amount of money that we are spending every year in terms of buying a proprietary software. So as far as my little understanding goes, on All India Survey of Higher Education, their website, which is run by the Ministry of Emphasis, we have approximately 36,000 plus colleges across India. And there are many multinational companies who are there in existence for a long time in the Indian Union. So Professor Rahul Day from the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, he was the Hewlett-Packard chair professor there. And based on the study that he did, just the link is visible. Maybe if you want, you can go through the link at a later point in time. India as a country, every financial year for every fiscal, we spend 20,000 crore Indian rupees just in terms of buying software. It also includes educational institutions, government offices, multinational companies, and so on. The 20,000 crore rupee count is just for the software which is built, the software that is being sold. And we know, like most of us are aware of the fact, like there are many places where we see non-licensed software or pirated software. So if India as a country, we ourselves are spending 20,000 crore rupee alone for buying software, imagine if we could save that huge amount of money for other recreational or developmental activities. That would really be helpful. Okay, this is one perspective. Second thing is, Government of India in the year 2015, through the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, they have released the open source software policy, which mandates the adoption and usage of open source software, like for instance, starting with Linux operating system. For office automation activities, we can go to LibreOffice and so on. So Government of India has clearly mandated through NIC, National Information Cell, to properly regulate and ensure the usage of open source software, so that the exchequer can also save a lot of money, which could be diverted for some other developmental activities. Can we have the next slide, please? Can we have the next slide? Thanks. So the slide that we're seeing now, it is basically that of the United Nations Development Programs initiative called Sustainable Development Goals. So there are around 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which the United Nations had put forward for every nation to progress and to come up to a good level by the year 2030. And if you could see from the slide, in Indian context, this slide is only meant for India. So I took it from the United Nations UNICEF website. So 74% of the adults in India are literate, and out of which 68.91% of them reside in rural areas. And out of the people who are learned, 55% of them, and out of the 55% of the disabled community, they are learned. And if we see, like, this is an overall representation of the education scenario in India. So can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so I would quickly like to introduce the mission behind this activity. The objective of today's talk is to understand about what a free and open source software is. And after understanding what a free and open source software, one needs to have a clear perspective of how exactly we could impart these softwares in terms of education. And because this is an interactive session, or because this is a session where we could try to explore things of which our softwares can be used in different domains of education, for instance, like engineering, arts, science, commerce, and so on. I'm sorry, this slide is not going to have all information because I had some website links embedded on these slides. So I thought of clicking on it and taking you through the website. Possibly you can do it by yourself at a later point in time. So for learning open source software, understanding it, doing coding with it, and also for getting the e-certificates, Government of India in the year 2009 had initiated a mission. Most of the faculty will be aware of it, and in fact there are domain experts who are related to this particular topic, the National Mission on Education through ICT. So this mission was actually started in the year 2009 under the aegis of the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. Projects like the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, the National Knowledge Network, through which most of the colleges across India are connected with good internet connectivity. IT literacy projects like Spoken Tutorial, open source awareness projects or open source development projects like FOSSI, robotics project like e-Yantra, and so on are developed through this mission. And the website has been developed further, and some new projects have also been added. You could go through the links that have been put here. And in terms, if anyone wants to learn open source software, the last link that I have mentioned on this slide, that is https://mhrd.gov.in/e-content, one could easily go through. Swayam and other contents are also listed there, so where you can also locate spoken tutorials. Can we go to the next slide, please? So this is just a brief estimate of what we could find on Spoken Tutorials website. I just want to give a basic explanation of what Spoken Tutorial is. As from the name goes, people may understand that this is a English communication course or something like that. No, it is a clear no. Spoken Tutorial is a project of IIT Bombay, which is specialized to create self-learning based audio-video contents, that is videos, of minimum 10-minute duration, which will help a participant or a learner to learn, understand, master on a particular open source software. So there are over 73 plus open source software based on which we provide software training. And it starts with basic computing packages, like for instance, in Offices we use Microsoft Office and so on, which has Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Similarly, in terms of open source, we have packages like LibreOffice Writer, LibreOffice Calc. Calc is equal to Excel. We have something called Impress. Impress is equivalent to PowerPoint and so on. And even the slides that you're seeing now, these slides are basically prepared using LibreOffice Impress. So out of the 73 plus software packages, we start with Linux operating system. We have tutorials on BOSS Linux. BOSS is a custom developed operating system developed by Government of India through Scilab back below. We also have tutorials on programming languages like C, C++, Java, Python. It also goes up to the level of anyone who learn Scilab. Scilab is a numerical computation package. In fact, I will talk more about Scilab by end of this presentation, maybe in the next 10 minutes. So Scilab is a numerical computation tool. We have something called, more often people used to think software related education is only specific to engineering domain. And this was the case for before 5 to 10 years. Now, each and every domain or each and every discipline of education requires a proper computing tool. So, for instance, if a student of life sciences, botany, zoology, or anything, if they want to do genetic coding, or if they want to do kind of computational activity in life sciences in terms of biology or something, so there is a specialized programming language called BioPython. If anyone wants to learn BioPython, they can directly come to this website. I'm sorry, I was about to take you through the website, but I'm not able to share my screen. My sincere apologies for it. So BioPython is a specialized programming language which student of life sciences can learn. And in case if there are any faculty in the participant list, we have something called, we have a tool called JMOL, JMOL, which is basically meant for drawing the 3D molecular structures, which can be used by students of microbiology, chemistry, and so on. So for drawing chemical structures, usually it is very difficult to draw chemical structures using a tool like MS Word. Yes, there are proprietary softwares for drawing chemical structures like ChemDraw and so on. I'm just mentioning the name of the software for your reference. So, like equivalent to ChemDraw, we have something called GChemPaint, and like most of the educational institutions, we think in the current day context, like if we have to conduct a program, we make use of tools like Adobe, Photoshop, PageMaker, Illustrator, and so on. Those are highly prized software. So equivalent to these tools, we have something equivalent, like equivalent to Photoshop, we have something called GIMP. GIMP is an abbreviation of graphical image manipulation program. Equivalent to Inkscape, equivalent to PageMaker, we have something called Inkscape, and equivalent to Illustrator, we have something called Cintiq. Cintiq is a 2D plotting animation, basic animation tool that we could rely on. There are tools like Blender. Blender is a 3D animation tool which is basically used in film industry, film and multimedia industry. So Blender is fully open source, and this particular tool is used in movies like Life of Pi, Spider-Man 3, Indian movies like Bahubali, Kochadian, and so on. So any student or anyone in terms of multimedia-based education, if you want to learn 3D animation skills, so they can directly come to the spoken tutorial website of IIT Bombay, which is basically funded by the Ministry of Resource Development, Government of India. Yeah, so like similarly for each and every domain and discipline, so there are specialized open source software which we become emergence. So there are 73 plus softwares that one could learn. Yeah, so this is one, and there are over 55 lakh plus students who have trained since the year 2009 through this program. And because Spoken Tutorial is a ministry funded program through the National Mission on Education through ICT, we have the fortune of partnering with 150 plus state affiliating universities. Like, of course, Vinayaka Mission Research Foundation is one of our cherished partners who have subscribed to the program. So apart from Vinayaka Mission, we have state affiliating universities like University of Madras, Delhi University, Mumbai University, Madurai Kamaraj University, Bharatya. You name any state funded university, public funded university, they're associated with this. And Spoken Tutorial project till the year 2018, to be more precise, we were offering everything for free, including the e-certificates. And because of a change in policy by the Indian government, we have kept the course content free forever, for life, but only for the certification part in case if any institution wants to take. So there is a minimal amount that based on the guidance of ministry that we charge. So participants can go through this particular link, https://spoken-tutorial.org for more details. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay. So sorry again, I was planning to take a tour of the website by just clicking on this link. FOSSEE is again a project of IIT Bombay, which basically focuses on development of open source software. I'm not sure how many participants here belong to mechanical department, mechanical and civil department. So there is a tool called OpenFOAM. I'm just mentioning a few softwares here, open source software. So OpenFOAM is a computational fluid dynamic tool, which is basically used in big companies like Tata Motors, And in most of the nuclear reactors in India for the nuclear mending activity, they use a tool called OpenFOAM. So FOSSI team is involved in development of a few modules of OpenFOAM. So there is a tool called OSDAG. OSDAG is a open source steel structure design tool, which is basically meant for the civil engineering department that we have. Yeah, thanks for opening the website. So if you could just scroll down a bit, so under the projects, you can just scroll it down. Okay, so Scilab is one software which is meant for numerical computation. The Scilab, the FOSSI team also works on spreading the awareness about Python programming language. We have a circuit simulation package called eSIM. eSIM is equivalent to ORCAD, proprietary software called ORCAD. OSDAG is a tool which is unique, and even proprietary software is not available for this particular domain. OSDAG is mainly meant for civil engineering department. Okay, and next comes DWSIM. DWSIM is a fully open source, is a completely free and open source software which is mainly meant for process simulation. It is used in chemical industries, the departments of chemical engineering and pharmaceutical sciences. They can make use of this software. Even Tata Steels, Reliance Industries, Aditya Birla Group, ABB, and so on, they have started to use DWSIM for basic flow sheeting and process simulation activities. I've already mentioned about OpenFOAM. OpenFOAM is a computational fluid dynamic tool. Next comes OpenModelica in this list. Like whatever software name that I'm reading here or which is displayed on your list, if you want to learn anything of these things, you can directly go to the earlier website, which is Open Tutorial. All the self-explanatory or self-learning based video modules are already uploaded there. You can learn from it. Okay, OpenModelica is a tool which is basically developed by a university in Sweden. Dr. Peter Fritzen, he is a faculty there. He leads the effort. OpenModelica is a tool which is basically meant for all modeling kind of activities. For instance, if we see the complete electric line transmission in European Union, so it is regulated using this particular tool called OpenModelica. If someone is interested in aircraft design or something like that, I'm just giving a gist of what this tool can actually do. If you are more interested, you can just click on those particular link and have a complete insight of it. So OpenPLC is an open hardware-based initiative that we are working here at IIT Bombay, based on Arduino and other different things. We also have a combined project and initiative which binds Scilab numerical computation along with Arduino. We have a single board heater system hardware-based project. We have a separate vertical at IIT Bombay which promotes R programming language. In fact, if you just click on R programming, this particular thing, it will take you to a website which will talk about the case study project of R. Yeah, so it is just in the initial stages. Professor Srivastava from the Department of Mathematics, he is in charge for this activity. So we do recruit summer fellows who are well versed in art programming, and we give some specified activities in case if they could complete. We also give them good certificates as well. Can you please come back, sir, to the FOSSI page? Can we please go back to the FOSSI page, the previous page? Thanks. And QGIS is a software which is basically meant for remote sensing kind of activities, mainly for the students of geology and geography. They make use of this. And finally, Focal is a listed project on the FOSSI website. Focal, if you could click on the links of this. Focal is basically a package that we have visualized, which promotes the efficiencies of tools like GIMP. GIMP is equivalent to Photoshop. Inkscape is equivalent to Illustrator. We have Scribus, which has combined the potential of PageMaker and so on. So you can comfortably go through these links. Can we please come back to the previous page? Yeah. Can you please go to the header part of this page. Yes. So yeah, because we are a government-funded program, we also have been focusing on spreading awareness about uh, textbook companion project. I'm sorry, COVID-19. The textbook companion thing that we see here. Sir, I would request you. I'll just type a link on the comment section. Now, can you please type Scilab on cloud? The URL part, just please try to click on Scilab on cloud. Just Google Scilab on cloud.
Some kindly Google.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so this is basically an outcome of what the students from good colleges like yours have contributed to the Scilab thing. Scilab is a tool which is equivalent to MATLAB. So I don't want to get into the financial intricacies of these software, the proprietary equivalent mainly, but Scilab is a fully open source tool. So if you could click on the main category, there's a drop down. Please click on it, sir. Yeah. Principal sir, which department do you belong?
Computer science, sir.
Okay, so can you please click on computer science? And in the subcategory, can you please select a topic here of your choice of what is listed? Image processing. Okay, great. Can you please select the book in case if you have touched any of this? Only one is there. Okay. You can select any chapter. Okay. Select an example. So if you just scroll down the window, there will be an execute button. Okay, so if you click on execute, so what we basically have done from the FOSSEE project at IIT Bombay is, so mainly for a student, as a faculty, we teach in the classroom. And if a student wants to know more about it technically, or if they want to understand in a different way in terms of simulations, so they could come to this particular website and have a deeper insight. So Textbook Companion is a project of the FOSSEE project, IIT Bombay, an initiative of the FOSSEE project at IIT Bombay, which basically deals in terms of converting an entire textbook into Scilab codes. So we can also, like the participants can also go through this website, cloud.scilab.in, in case if they have any queries. Can we please come back to the FOSSEE website, please? So in today's discussion, one thing is about to understand what open source software is. Okay, so if you want to understand what open source is, you can just go to the about section of this web page and try to understand. Even on the spoken tutorial website, you can see. And second perspective is, in terms of education, there is a big question mark among the faculty. We are accustomed to using certain softwares, like proprietary softwares, which we find it difficult to let it go. If we adopt a new open source package, the difficulty is first we need to learn, then we need to train the student on it, and then we have to come up with, like in cases, for example, MATLAB is used in a particular computer lab, or not computer lab, in a particular lab if we are using MATLAB. The main difficulty of a faculty in understanding the open source equivalent is they need to spend time on learning the software like Scilab. That is first difficulty. Second difficulty, for example, a faculty will have is trying to make the student understand the new concept of the tool. The third difficulty is in a given lab, if software like MATLAB is used, I'm just using the name for reference. No infringement is intended here. So in case if we are using a tool like MATLAB, if we want to replace it with a open source equivalent like Scilab, The third important difficulty for a faculty will be the problems which are already solved in MATLAB. They need to sit and uh, solve the problem again in terms of using Scilab. So what we are here at IIT Bombay to solve all these problems. First, if anyone wants to learn uh, about open source software, they need to visit Spoken Tutorial website. One. Second thing is, in case if faculty wants to train their students on a particular software, for instance, Scilab, for example, they can just give the reference of Spoken Tutorial website to Scilab printer. This will solve the purpose. Third thing is, if there is a course which is running using a proprietary software, and if you want to come up with solutions for already existing problem which is there in the syllabus, you can just send it to the FOSSEE team. You can mail it to FOSSEE team at contact@fossee.in. They will immediately revert back. So you just give us the problem statements for a given proprietary software, for example, MATLAB. The FOSSEE team at IIT Bombay will convert the MATLAB code into Scilab. I mean, we will give the equivalent code which will be sufficient for you in terms of the education purpose. In this case, if we do in this way, the institution can actually save a lot of money. And the advantage is that open source, you can play around with the software. There is no restriction as such. I'm trying to put a vast topic in a short bottle, I can say. So for explaining open source itself, it will take 2-3 hours of time just for the general introduction. But all these things you can easily understand through these two websites. Spoken Tutorial, which is mainly meant for software training using open source software, and another one is FOSSEE. Okay. Sir, I would request you to click on the statistics part on the Spoken Tutorial website. Yeah. On Spoken Tutorial website, please click on statistics, the drop down. Click on training. So this is the total amount of participant count, as you can see on the right hand side of the screen. So 56 lakhs 76,700 students have been trained till date. If you want to figure out like how many students are trained through this particular project at your institution, you can easily find that. Can you please click on the state filter? State, Tamil Nadu. Chennai. Institution, you can select college, university, or engineering. You can also select the institution directly. You can type Aarupadai Veedu. Click on the filter button. Okay, so if you could see on the right side of the screen, as on date, the total number of workshops which have been conducted by the Spoken Tutorial project at your campus is 194. An approximate of 5,231 students have been trained. Male and female ratio is given there for example. And if you just scroll down the screen, you can also see on which date, which particular faculty has conducted which particular training, on which software for which department students. You can see all these things. So Aarupadai Veedu has done actually a very good job. So in short, what I would like to convey is, can we go to the next slide, please, the presentation? Thanks. Okay. So one is about understanding what open source software is. Second thing that I wanted to convey out was how much money that India as a country spends on buying software every year. What is government of India stands in terms of using open source software. Government of India clearly endorses it through a policy which it had enacted in the year 2018. And there will be some kind of reservations from technical institutions like how can we start using such kind of software? The AICT has not given any clear mandate. In case if anyone has such kind of questions, AICT has put the reference. I have not mentioned the link here on my slide, but I would be happy to share it after this session. So AICT has also given a clear list of tools or softwares, open source softwares, which could be used as the replacement for the conventional proprietary softwares that we use. Okay. So the objective of today's session was to make you aware of the term free and open source software and the project like Spoken Tutorial, through which one could easily visit, learn a particular programming language or a software or a tool or a numerical computation package through the website, Spoken Tutorial website. I also had intended to take you through the FOSSEE website, which is mainly meant for spreading awareness about open source, helping the institution with lab migration kind of activity. In case if you want to migrate from proprietary lab to open source lab in certain domains or certain topics like Scilab, OpenFOAM, Open Modeling, and so on. And we do have a subscription model because time is a constraint. I'm not taking you through all those things. In case if anyone likes the Spoken Tutorial project, yes, one point that I missed mentioning is through the Spoken Tutorial initiative, because it is a Government of India funded activity, the course content, the audio video content is not only available in English, but also it is dubbed into all official 22 languages as per Schedule 8 of the Indian Constitution. So this is something remarkable that no other project has done so far. No other initiative is there in open source, which educates people on how to use, understand, practice, and master. Okay. So from IIT Bombay, we not only create the knowledge content for anyone to learn and master open source software, but we also provide opportunities like summer fellowship, which is currently happening at IIT Bombay on a virtual mode due to Corona. Yeah, we also offer summer fellowships. We provide internship opportunities, and more especially, since last year, we also have announced the dedicated job fairs. Students who are well versed in terms of using open source software through the Spoken Tutorial project, they could appear for job fair, which we conduct at IIT Bombay. This is in association with NASCOM, and currently. I would also like to apologize for my delay in joining the meeting because I was 1 minute delayed technically because we are also conducting similar hackathons using open source. So Anna University, in association with Anna University, there is a COVID-19 bioinformatics hackathon which is currently underway. The first round is over and we have declared the results. The second round, the inauguration is happening tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So yeah, so hackathons we are conducting using open source, on the basis of open source. And if you could see on the slide, I have mentioned the name Scilab Toolbox Hackathon. So as we know, like I understand, like most of the participants belong to engineering domain. Most of us know like MATLAB has many modules, has many toolboxes. So similarly, Scilab being the open source tool, it is competent. It is more or less equivalent to what MATLAB could do, but there are certain toolboxes which needs to be added further. So what we have decided at IIT Bombay is, so IIT Bombay is joining hands with the All India Council for Technical Education, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, key sponsor, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, and a few other bodies. Even Anna University, Dr. Surappa was kind enough to extend his help as by deputing Anna University officials as part of the core organizing team. So we are announcing the Scilab Toolbox Hackathon shortly. Probably the announcement will be live by Thursday. In case if any faculty wishes, they can go through this notification, encourage your faculty or encourage your students to participate. Even faculty could participate. It is an open competition for everyone. So there are various other activities that we do at IIT Bombay for promoting open source in terms of education. So please feel free to ask us in case if you have any questions. Yeah, and this is what I have from my part. I will be happy to take some questions from the participants in case if there is any. Yeah, for more details, I have also given the web links. I'll also be giving a supplementary document which will make the participant understand the importance of open source and so on. So this is from my part. I'll be happy to take questions in case if there are any.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session on your busy schedule. Thanks for it. There are a few questions that have been sorted in the question answer section. I think I can go by one by one. I think so, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, is there any software associated with English language, especially vocabulary?
No, we don't work on the communication part. Spoken tutorial is mainly meant for software training, computing skills.
Okay. So, how to enroll an exam students, participants, other than spoken tutorial, non-member institutions?
They can write to me. I guess on my slide there is my email ID listed. So any institution that they want to subscribe for the spoken tutorial method, they can write to us and forward it to the concerned team.
Okay. Participants, kindly note the details has been displayed. Sam, kindly post the feedback link also, sir.
I guess there is a question which I could see. Is spoken tutorial only for IT? No, it is not only for IT. It is for all domains. Basically, as I told you initially, mainly the focus is on creating IT literacy-based content for basic programming languages and so on. It extends to other domains as well. For example, for botany, zoology, and other things, we strongly, like for the students of life sciences, we encourage them to learn BioPython programming language. For students of chemistry, we encourage a tool called ChemDraw. I'm sorry, not ChemDraw. ChemDraw is a proprietary tool. Equivalent to it, there's something called GChemPaint. We have something called for mathematics we have GeoGebra, and so that there are domain specific or department specific tools also which is there in offering. Can I request Sam to go to the spoken tutorial website once?
Sam?
Can anyone go to the spoken tutorial website? Just type spoken tutorial on Google. It will show them. My sincere apologies. I'm not able to handle the panel. Otherwise, I would have taken. Okay. So in spoken tutorial, please click on the software training tab in the header. There is a drop down software training. Please click on software offered. So if you could see in the list, GeoGebra is listed, which is basically for mathematics. Arduino is there, which the students of science, engineering, and particularly those who belong to the electronics background, they can make use of it. So Ascend is a tool which is used for chemical process modeling. Avogadro is mainly meant for the chemistry department students, UG and PG. Can you please scroll down the list? Yeah, so Bash is mainly a shell scripting language. We have BioPython, Blender for multimedia students, C++, which is a common or generic programming language that anyone could learn. Can you please scroll down further? Yeah, so we have Chem Collective virtual labs. So it is a virtual lab. Students who don't have chemistry lab facilities, basically the students starting from schooling, they could go through it. Drupal is a content management CMS tool, which is mainly meant for building websites. Tamil Nadu government's website, MHRD Government of India's website, IIT Bombay's website, it is constructed using Drupal. DWSM is a tool which is mainly meant for chemical engineering. eSIM is meant for electronic circuit simulation. XPRIZE is for the students of physics. Yeah, and Front Accounting is for the students of commerce. Front Accounting is actually a software under construction by an entity called IT for Change. It is for the students of commerce. It is equivalent to Tally. So GChemPaint again for chemistry. Yeah, GIMP is for multimedia and so on. Can you please scroll down further? Git is a version control tool. Basic HTML is there. Please scroll down. Scroll down. So participants, in short, could go through this particular URL. It is not restricted to IT, but there is a lot of things for many other domains. Yeah. So VLSI, we have something called OpenPLC. You can go through the list and find it out. In case if you have any query, you can write it. Yes, sir, please. What are the other questions?
Similar to it, sir, actually, is there is anything preferring to people with management background, or that is for MBA students?
We suggest them to go take the database management and MySQL course along with PHP. That is what at initial level we suggest. There is an RDBMS package also, which is an offering, so they could take that. In terms, if you ask for library management thing, we have something called Koha, for instance. So they could take that as well. Yeah. And in case students are... Yeah, pardon, sir.
From Anita Juliet, is there is any open source for VLSI is the question, sir?
Yeah, for VLSI, basically for hardware related activities, we have a thing like OpenPLC. It is an initiative of the FOSSI project. So, yeah, they could visit OpenPLC's thing. We are all planning to introduce VLSI based concepts in that particular section.
Okay, sir, thank you. There are almost the majority of questions from Commerce and Management Department. So many participants are interested to participate. You can see this.
Yeah, in case if they could share with us their syllabus copy, what we could do from IIT Bombay is the team will do a mapping of the possible courses which could be offered for their respective departments. I guess we have done the same thing for Anna University and mainly for Aarupadai, Veedu, your college. We have done the mapping.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, spoken tutorial project is spread across 5,000 colleges across India, and we would be happy to give guidance for any college.
There are two more questions, sir. One is about for digital image processing using Python or OpenCV. Which one is best or which one is available?
Can you please repeat the question again?
No, for digital image processing using Python or OpenCV, anything is available or which is preferable? This question.
Digital image processing, we would strongly recommend Scilab. Yeah, Scilab. If they want to go with Python-based thing, Python is more than recommendable, but Scilab will be relatively convenient.
Okay, sir.
In fact, it is one of the fellowship questions that we have, problem statements that we have given.
Okay. Do you have any?
What is the other question?
Do you have any source related to analytical subjects?
We have our package, our program.
So that's the question almost.
Scilab can also do numerical computations. Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, Scilab and cloud is useful for EC students. There's a command is well. So almost, I think the questions are all answers, sir. And what your suggestions and advice for them in current scenario? One is about the pandemic situation. Everybody is getting to virtual ground. Everybody is adapted. It's the future, and government has made 30% to be online. Tools also the faculty members. And what is the future will be now? Now the government is initiated like FOSSI and initiated IIT Bombay. What may be like virtual labs is the next set of future which they are looking for also. In which paradigm shift it will be go, because our summit deals about a global higher education scenario. So in this, what is your comment about our Indian education system across the globe and where will be marching towards in next to 5 to 10 years? In this speed, what are the parameters to be improved? Your comments, sir.
Your age, but I'll still try to do justice based on the little exposure that we have from IIT Bombay. Yeah, okay. So as far as the education scenario is concerned, As you may know it rightly, sir, it is going to change in the next semester itself tremendously. IIT Bombay, the faculty, they are discussing whether to take the complete mode of instruction online next semester.
Okay.
Institutions like Harvard, MIT, they have already declared it. Some of the institutions are not going to function next semester. So probably IIT Bombay will be conducting all of its courses in online.
Wonderful, wonderful.
In fact, even the admissions, if you could see, applications we receive online.
Okay.
After receiving the applications, now every process has been converted into online. The written test will be completely online. Participants will not be asked to come to campus. No written test personally will be online. The interview will be online. Offer letter will be given online. The complete admission process, the student without visiting the campus, it is going to be. And if you are asking about how the faculty can make use of the benefits which are which they can gain through projects like Spoken Tutorial, FOSSEE and all. Yes, NPTEL is a very good example. Most of the colleges have started to adopt it. So NPTEL and Spoken Tutorial, both are sister concern entities. Both are funded by the same ministry. So same like NPTEL offers certifications, Spoken Tutorial gives the certification in similar fashion. So AICT, I guess, day before yesterday, Dr. Anil Sahasrabuddhe, chairman of AICT, has tweeted a circular from AICT's part that 20% of the course modules should be through MOOCs-based learning. So faculty should really make use of the benefit. And the part answer for your question is, in case of faculty having difficulty in terms of designing the course content or creating a video-based content which will be self-explanatory, they could write to us. There is a workshop that we conducted day before yesterday. Around 10,000, like the webinar you are conducting today from AVIT. At IIT Bombay, we had conducted a one-day workshop on effective teaching in the age of Corona. So Professor Kameshwari, Professor Bhaskar Raman, Professor Varsha Apte from Computer Science Engineering Department, IIT Bombay, they had conducted a one-day workshop of how to design courses, how to train students when they are physically not present and so on. In case if it is required, I'll share the video links or interaction links with you. Similar session is about to be conducted in days to come. So we had a limit, like more than 10,000 participants we cannot accommodate because of Moodle restriction. So if anyone could write to us, we will be happy to revert back to them. Yeah, so options are open, sir. I'm sorry if I have taken more time, but
no, sir. You are precise over it, and we are very happy that we also been implementing all those common initiatives like our faculty members and students also actively participating in SWAYAM and NPTEL. Our university has also made mandatory that 15 credits is compulsory from online courses also. So the students are also following over it, as our university is precisely following the government initiatives to make it up all those things. And we are very happy that we also conducted a spoken tutorial workshop 2 weeks before. Around 1,000 members participated across India, and we successfully completed on 9 courses. We are hope to have a strong collaboration with your kind self and your team members. Thanks for your presence, sir. I hope we will be having more collaborations. And this session would have an eye-opening session and to extend their wings towards thinking about the future on open source software. Once again, thank you on behalf of our management, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Registrars, Principals, Directors for these inaugural sessions of Global Higher Education Summit 2020. You had kickstarted the session with a wonderful area of open source software, which is a need of the hour, which is the futuristic way in the pandemic situation, how we effectively are going to utilize. And very happy and humble on your presence, sir. Thanks for making all this busy schedule. And over to you, sir, for a few words and a concluding remarks.
I would request all the faculty, like my WhatsApp number was also displayed on the screen in case if the organizers can put my contact details again. So because the vacation period is going to continue for 2 more months solidly. Um, the faculty can encourage the students to participate in the competitions which are put forward by IIT Bombay, mainly the Scilab hackathon. My WhatsApp number is also there. I just put it on the comment section again,
Yes.
in case if they could like, they would be interested in getting connected. That is my number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kind of
So
yeah,
we strongly encourage the participants to contact us, encourage their students for getting your college subscribed for the spoken tutorial kind of activity. We have summer fellowships. It is still on, but it is on a virtual mode. In case if you have any bright students who know or who have worked on open source software, who have adequate knowledge, you could share their profiles with us. We will find in case if they could be placed for job job fairs and other things, because we understand like because of this pandemic, most of the students, the companies have turned down their offer. So if any student is proficient in terms of having adequate open source knowledge in the dedicated job fairs, they could write to us. We will consider to get their students on board. And we also do conduct at IIT Bombay some national level faculty development programs, which AVIT, being a partner institution, has been nominating faculty all the time. Other institutions or faculty who are here from other colleges could also write to us and get all the privileges like what AVIT as a cherished partner of IIT Bombay is getting from us. So we would like, through this window created by AVIT, the benefit to be given to all other colleges. So it is a very remarkable initiative that you have taken, sir. And I see you as I see all of you as a role model. I mean, Dr. Ganesh, your chairman. It has been 10 years that I have met Lakshmi Mohan from day one. In fact, when he requested me for this thing, so it is. I consider this as a good blessing for me to participate in this greater initiative that you have put. Any association that IIT Bombay could, the Spoken Tutorial and FOSSI project could do, we'll be happy to do that. And one final thing, like we had the affordable laptop project thing. We are thankful that Aarupadai Veedu Institute, you have initiated it. We started with a humble thing, and now companies like Dell, Lenovo, and HP are competing to, not competing is a wrong word, but they have shown interest in manufacturing the next level devices for us. So as a project manager for the low cost devices project, and I would sincerely thank you for again taking a lead effort in that aspect. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Indian Institute of Technology Bombay, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, the Spoken Tutorial FOSSI project, on behalf of Professor Kannan Mavkalya and our entire team at IIT Bombay, we thank you, sir, for giving us an opportunity to talk about our initiatives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kasim. This is Lakshmi Mohan. You are so humble. We have very much honored. 19 delegates participating from UAE, Malaysia, Singapore, Africa, Cape Town, Egipilai is on the line.
Great, sir.
Very
So we
proud
have
to
also, yeah, we have also
Please.
extended our activities. Today there was a first activity at UAE. So Dubai, we had conducted our first workshop today. Malaysia, we are working with a company. Like it is again like through good partners like you, and I'm happy that the international delegation that you are having in this program, it will be very efficient on a long run for AVIT. So any support that IIT Bombay could do from its part, we will be happy to do. Thanks for updating this.
You are in the fasting, though, but your energy level is still high. Thank you, Kasim. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Appearing handsome as always.
Rightly said by our honorable chancellor, has given whole support to all government initiatives. As you said, low cost devices, We're having a separate laptop lab for all those things, which you are honored and humble, following and utilizing all these government initiatives. Thanks for your presence, sir. On behalf of our management, all the entire team, Center for Industry Relationship, and principals, directors, and vice principals, and university members, I take this pleasure in thanking you on this Ramzan Eid time you are spent, as Lakshmi once said rightly, spending your energy very actively and transforming this to positively to all the faculty fraternities across the globe. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you, Kasim, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kasim. You have honored.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Dear participants, thank you for all your presence. This is the day one of the Global Higher Education Summit. 5 more days are there. From tomorrow onwards, the session will be commencing from 6 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We are having eminent personalities and stalwarts in our panel. Dr. Ripuranjan Sinha, Commonwealth Vocational University, Kingdom of Togo, Vice Chancellor, is addressing tomorrow on shift paradigm of higher education. And day after tomorrow, it's from Professor Ramachandran, outcome-based education need of the hour. He is former Vice Chancellor, Sandeep University, Maharashtra. And on Thursday, Dr. Kuldeep Charak, Director, Faculty of Management, Navashatri Group of Institutions, Pune, on COVID-19, the preventive protocol for education institutions and beyond. And on 22nd May, it's by Dr. T. Tyagarajan. He is famously known by Dr. T.T., Dean, Madras Institute of Technology, Anna University, formerly Director, Center for University and Industrial Collaboration. Sir is going to talk about sustainability ecosystem for university industry collaboration, the very need of the hour. And on Sunday, we have a special guest for a valedictory section. The topic is Global Higher Education Scenario. Dr. Abdul Diwale Mohammed, founder and executive president of Africa Asian Scholars Global Network, ASGAM, United Kingdom, London. He is going to participate. So I request all of you to be kindly register yourself and be present for remaining 5 days of this Global Higher Education Summit 2020. By your presence, we are being honored, and we want to make this event in grand success and sharing of knowledge in this pandemic situation. Once again, thank you all for this wonderful occasion. Thank you. Lakshmi sir, for your concluding remarks.
This is a great session. We have learned so many things, especially about open source software. Thank you, participants. Thank you, our guest, Mohammad Kasim, so humble person. Thanks to Dr. Vijendra Babu, our coordinator. Thanks to our management. Thanks to our principal and professors, vice principals. Thanks a lot.
I thank all the members who are present here, faculty members, HODs, vice principal in AVIT, and our principal and the director of international relations for day one of this event. Thank you all. Be safe in home. Thank you.
Be safe.
Sir, shall we wind up, sir?
So, sir. Thank you, sir.
For information, all these events have been live casted in YouTube channel. It will be continued for 6 more days also. You can visit our AVIT YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thanks, Karthikeyan, and the web team for a special support in a crucial time. Thank you, Mr. Hari and Sudan.
Thanks a lot, participants from various universities. So humbled. So many friends are chatting with me. Really great to see all the members, friends, delegates. Really, hats up to you all. Thank you very much. I am expecting tomorrow onwards the same time, 6 o'clock. I think so. Am I right, sir?
Yes, sir. It's fine, sir. Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sam, I think we can wind up, Sam. Thanks, Sam, for a wonderful coordination.